Hello, everybody. Welcome to Alpha E Mind Mastery's United Earth Angels Series, episode 27 already. Who am I? I'm Tobi Staples, founder of Alpha E Mind Mastery, and I support spiritual warriors feeling conflict, confusion, and chaos back into calmness, clarity, and a vibrant state, living on purpose with intention. Today, we got a special episode for you all. We're going to welcome Guy, Irish Burger. Yes. Guy, say hi to everybody.
Top of the morning to all. I hope everybody's having a beautiful day.
Andy, you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Andy. I'm a wife, a mom of 11, a spiritual warrior, an earth angel, and an actor, singer, model, and talent scout. So, hi, everybody. I love you all, and thank you for coming.
Guy, do you want to tell the audience a little bit about yourself?
Well, if people don't know, I'm love green. Just a regular dude that does everything I can to make people happy. I go to many events. I'm very involved with the Irish societies. We have three of them here in Quebec, one in Montreal, one in Hudson, Quebec, and one in Chateauguay, Quebec. It's all about, making people smile every day. That's all I'm about. We have to live every day like it's our last because, you never know when our time will be coming. So I'm really happy to be invited to this. I'm excited, and hey, let's have some fun.
Yes, big time. Guys, I'm really happy to say, you know what? I've got to announce a couple of great things coming up, though, before we jump into the episode. There's 3 outstanding summits coming up. Okay, we've got the Epic Legendary Summit coming up with Michael Whitehouse on the 10th. Yes, please, if you haven't already, register. Why? It's the best of the best in online business for promoting, and I'm honored to be a speaker at that summit. Yes. On the 13th, catch the one with Crystal Bay. I'm also a speaker there. That is healing after abuse. Okay, that's another very important summit. Guys, if you haven't already, links are in the comments for all of them. I'd appreciate it if you guys register. All right, we've got also the Boot in the Ass Summit coming up. All right, guys, register. What else did I want to tell you all before we jump into it? Let me just make sure you guys all know who's here with us as an amazing guest today. Thank you again for joining us for episode 27. And I've got a gift for all of you. What's that gift? Well, in honor of my upcoming 50th birthday on the 17th of October, I've cut all my book prices. Every ebook that is under my name is now $5. And it will stay that until the end of October for you all. So go grab your ebooks because those are the sweetest treats for you all for October. Yeah, sweeter than any treat you'll get on Halloween. I tell you that. Okay? Guys, go and get your copies, okay? Lulu.com bookstore. Guy, so thrilled to have you here. Andy, is there anything you want to ask our guest today?
You're really going to put me on the spot first.
Yes.
The spotlight's on you.
Yes. Okay, Guy. What part of Ireland is your lineage from? Like, what part of the Irish?
Well, I know that when my aunts did a family tree on my grandmother's side of the family. First, let me explain to everybody. My mother is Irish. My father is Belgian. So this is how I get the name Guy. Is because I was named after, no joke. My father was in the Air Force, and his best friend supposedly, and I have pictures of me as a baby, black and white pictures, obviously, but a picture of me as a baby sitting on my mother's lap, sitting around a table, and there's a picture of my dad, my mom, myself, and a gentleman. Well, the gentleman's name is Guy. He was my dad's best friend, so my dad named me after his friend. So I'm like, perfect, that's cool. Where the name Irish comes involved. When I started grade 7 high school at Riverdale High School, yeah, out there in Pierrefonds. I believe it was 1977. Yes, I'm old. I'm 59. So in 1977, I started high school, and the friends that I had been with when we got to high school, they said, "You know what? We got to get you a nickname because Guy, then there's Guy, and people call me different names." So they gave me the nickname Irish, which has stuck with me for 40 plus years, almost, almost getting close to 50 years, but so that's why you'll always see my name is Guy Irish Burger, Belger. You can pronounce it either way you like. But then again, so my lineage from my mother's side started in Kilbrew, Ireland. Now, I was told that my great, how many greats we go back, grandparents, when they moved from Ireland, we got on the boat. A lot of people got off on in PEI, British Prince Edward Islands. So a lot of Irish got off there. Half the boat stayed on pretty much to continue. They came into New Brunswick. I was told that my family, when they came into New Brunswick, they named the land that they took over Kilbrew, New Brunswick. Obviously, it's not named that now, but it started right in New Brunswick. Now, going back to my mother, well, my mother had 3 sisters, 2 brothers, so there was 6 of them. My mother was the only one to leave New Brunswick, I believe, when I was about 6 years old. We came to Montreal and started a life here. But all my aunts and uncles and cousins, and they're all still in New Brunswick. You know what I mean? They're all out there. And I love going out there. It's so friendly in New Brunswick. It really is. But yeah, it goes back to the late 1700s, early 1800s. And I even have, as people will see, this is a binder with our family tartan that my aunts had done of our family tree on my grandmother's side, the Grahams. So it's really cool. Again, I'll mention Johnny Depp is my 6th cousin. How cool is that? But there's many things in here that I've looked at, and it's got pictures, black and white, a lot of black and white, but a lot of pictures of our family tree. So yeah, it comes from Ireland to New Brunswick, and now I'm here in Montreal.
That's
Nice.
awesome. That's awesome. Okay, you know what? I really got to ask you now. Okay, Guy, you just got voted in as the president of the Irish Society for Chateauguay, Quebec, Canada. Congrats. That is awesome.
Thank you.
And you are amazing. Can you please share what societies are you involved in, and what is the Irish Society all about?
Well, for me personally, of course, growing up, I was always at the Montreal parades. And friends of us, the same friends, we'd always meet at the same corner on St. Catherine, and I would attend these parades. My mother moved to Chateauguay, Quebec from Pierrefonds. When she moved there, I believe in the early 2000s, they started to have a parade out in Chateauguay. I believe it was 2005. So eventually, I believe it was 2013, my mother was telling me, you know what, they have a parade out here. You're always going downtown and celebrating. Why don't you attend this parade? And I was like, yeah, well, I've never have. Of course I will, you know what I mean? And she goes, it will really be nice, since you do have Irish in you, that you would get involved with their society. They have your society. So I said, oh, they have a society here. I said, no, I know they have one in Montreal. So I attended the parade in 2013, 2014. I met a gentleman by the name of Tim Furlong, who is well known in the Irish societies. He introduced me to the president of the Irish Society in Chateauguay in 2014, was Ernie Presso. What he was a member of the United Irish Societies in Montreal. But when he moved to Chateauguay, he says, hey, why don't we celebrate out here? So it was actually Ernie who actually started the first parade in 2005 and had the same thing you would see in Montreal. Not as big because you can't compare it to Montreal. they're about to have their 200th this year. He started the parade out there. I met that gentleman. He invited me to walk with his members in the Chateauguay parade. Well, of course, I was in my Notre Dame football jacket, green, and I had green hat from dollar store, and I was all decorated like I should be on the side of the street. But no, he invited me, and I'm looking and I see all these guys in their suits and trench coats and the top hats and canes. I'm like, wow, they all look sharp. So of course I go back to my mom. That was really fun. I met this person. He invited me to a meeting next Sunday. I'm going to attend, see what it's about. Well, I attended. I really liked what I heard. I got involved as a member. I signed up. I was a member. And as the years started going, I believe in 2017, I really got involved, trying to push the Chateauguay Irish Society because it was a small town. It's grown in the last 10 years, but it was a small town. And I said, you know what? I'll help what I can because that's how I am. I'm always willing to help any community out with anything to get out there. That's where my Shamrock TV comes involved, and that I'll explain a little after. But so I got involved, and in 2019, I got voted as the Grand Marshal from the members and peers and so forth to lead the Chateauguay parade. I wish my mom would have seen that because my mom passed in 2015. So she got to see the beginnings of me getting involved. And I'm telling you, it would put a smile on her face. You know what I mean? I'm sure today, if she was here, tears, you know what I mean, to see where I've come. So I started off as Grand Marshal. Then COVID hit. So we weren't able to do our parades. This is in 2019 when all the parades got canceled like 1 week before. So in 2019, I was Grand Marshal. 2020, we didn't have a parade. I was still the Grand Marshal. And in 2021, when they finally had the parades come back, well, guess what? I was still Grand Marshal because without parades and without anything happening, you can't vote in the following year's Grand Marshals. So I, in the record books, was the long-lasting Grand Marshal for 3 years straight. Take that, Michael Jordan. So I turned around, had a blast. As people do know, I'm very involved with all the Irish Society. So they all thought, that's perfect for you to lead our parade because if you know me, I like to make everybody smile and have fun and laugh. You know what I mean? There's no negativity in my life. If there is some, I ignore it and I move forward. So we got involved with that in 2020, 2021. Again, like I said, I was the Grand Marshal. Well, 2 years ago, I got voted in as the Vice President of the Chateauguay Irish Society, where I thought, wow, that's a step that I never thought I'd make. From a guy that used to stand on St. Catherine for 40 years, celebrating the Irish, having fun, and being involved, but being involved as a spectator. So when I became Vice President, I took it very serious. I went to a lot of events. That's one thing that the Irish Societies, we have one in Montreal, we have one in Hudson, and one in Chateauguay. So every society has their own events. You start off with a queen selection because you must pick your queen and princesses for your parade. So all three societies do it. Of course, I'm at all of them. I'm there to support the other societies. And they all know it. They see me at all their events. They have their parades. They also have different events to raise money to help pay for parades and so forth. So they'll have like nights at the pub where everybody will get together. And again, remember, all three societies do the same events, but on different dates. So they can all support each other. This year, because a vice president is a 1 year, you only are voted for 1 year. So every year they vote in a new vice president. So I got to be vice president for 2 years. A few times people had come up to me and said, I would love to nominate you as president, but it's a big job. It's a big responsibility. You are now the leader to that organization, that society. So all eyes are on you. So I used to turn it down and say, no, that's a job. I'm busy. I've got kids, work. It's no. Well, this year I finally decided, you know what? I think it's time. So if I do get nominated, maybe I'll go for it. Well, of course, I got nominated and anonymously was voted in as the 2024-2025 president of the Shaggy Irish Society, which I know Mom is like doing backflips. She's got the shot of Jameson. She's giving the old schlancha, you know. So as of today, I am the president leading the Shaggy Irish Society. Looking forward to our events that are coming up. If anybody would like to attend, you know, I mean, if you're out in Montreal, you're in Hudson, you're in Shaggy. I also attend the Quebec City parade. On the 15th of March, I believe it is the Hudson parade. So that would be March 15th out there in Hudson. They have their parade. On the 16th will be Montreal. Now, again, I'll say it. It will be their 200th Irish St. Patrick's Day parade. 200. That's a lot.
Awesome.
You know, 200. So that will be on March 16th. On March 22nd is the Quebec City. Now, what happens there is that we rent a Voyageur, and different members and executives from all three societies get together. They get on the bus and they drive to Quebec City, and we attend their parade. And I'll tell you, they love it when we come because, of course, when we're in our parades, you know, we have our suits, our trench coats, white gloves, you know, the cane. We also wear our top hats, as you can see.
Yes, nice.
So when people see us coming, and we have always a banner where we're from, they love us. They thank us. They appreciate us. You know what I mean? And I love seeing all the smiles on the kids' faces. And that's one thing in the parades. When I attend all 4 parades in March, I make it a purpose to include the crowd.
Oh, definitely.
No matter what the weather is.
There's no point if the crowd's not involved. It's for the crowd.
It's for them. So you'll see some people in parades and they'll wave and that, but there's a few of us that do it. We literally go to the sidelines. We high-five the kids. We say hello and thank you for coming. And we make them feel appreciative for being there. Because there's some days at these parades, it's cold because it's still in March. So I love just making everybody feel included. This is why I feel like being president, it's a perfect position for me because of how I am already with the art societies. And everybody knows me. Yeah, I mean, I'm well known with the art societies.
You know what? So you've been involved for a long time. Do you know a man named John McDonough?
The name rings a bell, and he would be involved with, I believe, with the UIS.
He was heavily involved with the Irish Society until he passed away.
Yeah, with the UIS, the United Irish Society, Montreal.
There's a write-up on him. Very, very tall man, over 7 feet.
Right.
Well, yeah, that was my uncle.
Wow. Wow. Small world.
Yeah, so that, you know, we both have a connection to the Irish Society. I have Irish in me, actually. My Irish lineage, my great-great-grandfather immigrated.
Look at that.
And built Canada. So there's a lot of Irish in me. Yes, there is. But there's Scottish in me too. And then I've got my dad's.
Of course.
I don't know a lot of my dad's lineage, let's say heritage part. But, you know, ancestry and lineage is pretty important. And guys, we've got 10 minutes left of today's episode. So, Andy, what do you think about the importance of ancestry and lineage?
Well, it is important to know where you've come from and all the trials and tribulations that everyone's been through and how people were treated in the past and how they learned and everything. I'm not 100% where I came from because nobody discussed it with anybody when I was little. And I've asked my aunts and uncles, you know, if they could let me see the lineage that they worked on, and I have not got an answer. So I don't know much, but my uncle left me his book that he had.
Very nice.
And we had, before I got married, my uncle and I had the same initials, AJM. So it was for me from him. But yeah, he's got a lot of when my grandpa was in the Navy, when my grandma was in the Navy. My grandmother was actually an airman. I did not know that until I got this book.
Very
Nice.
cool.
She was in air traffic control
Wow.
for the Navy. So yeah, but knowing your lineage and your history and your ancestry, it is an important part of who we are.
Definitely.
But I also found a poem that my grandpa wrote about General Patton. I didn't know he wrote. It's pretty cool.
Wow.
I'll take a picture of it and put it on my Facebook, but I'm not gonna read it.
That's very cool to have.
Yeah, it was. I got this and I was like, what? I didn't know any of this, but yeah, it is pretty cool to find out stuff that happened in the past with your family. You're like, really? My family did that?
Yeah.
And one thing my grandpa did tell me was John Wayne is our relative. His real name was Marion Mitchell Morrison, I believe it was. But yeah, I was like, really? He watched John Wayne all the time. Well, one time I asked him, I was like, Grandpa, why do you always watch his movies? You don't watch anything else except for John Wayne movies and Gunsmoke. And he was like, because that's our cousin. I was like,
wow.
That's
wow.
Guys, if you don't know about your ancestry and your lineage, it is a great exploration to jump in and find out. Do some digging. I encourage you all because look, it is ancestry and lineage that got Guy to be president of the Irish Society of Chateauguay and a member of the other societies. It's the ancestry and lineage running through his blood that pushed him to do what he's doing in the world. You know, it's my ancestry and my lineage that has pushed me to be who I am in this world, literally. You know, when my grandfather led the troops in World War II as the tripwire cutter for the troops to bring them through, he was a frontliner. This is why I'm also a frontliner of ascension, of change on this earth. And we all are, okay? You got to own your lineage, own all the great things from your past to push you forward. Really big time. You know, it empowers you for growth. It empowers you to be rooted in who you are primarily and safe in your being. When you know your ancestry and your lineage and all the greatness that came before you, before any horror story might have hindered you. Okay, there's a lot of greatness in our lineage and ancestry. And should you own that, it can become your fuel for growth, for purpose, for, you know, intentions in your life. Yeah, I'm really happy that you came out here with us today. Is there anything else
I appreciate it.
you would love to share with our audience while we have a couple of minutes left before we wrap up?
Sure. Listen, you know, if anybody would like, if they're on Facebook, they can check me out at Shamrock TV. Just go on Facebook, put into the search Shamrock TV. You'll see it's a picture of me, all dressed up in my penguin suit. So, listen, I appreciate the invite. I had a blast. This was fun. Listen, I would love to come back again sometime. Again, you know what I mean? If you want, follow Shamrock TV. You'll see a lot of the events I go to. And I again, with my Shamrock TV, why just to tell you fast, why I started that, because I used to take videos and upload them. And people would say, you know, you should get your own thing going. And then, no joke, a friend of mine who's not with us anymore, and it was actually the same dude who gave me my nickname Irish, was Gene Guitard. Well, my buddy Dave said you should have a thing called like Shamrock TV. I went, Shamrock what TV? Oh, that sounds good. So I did. I opened up. I have a YouTube Shamrock TV. It's on Facebook. It's on Instagram. Just you'll see everything that I go to, all the events. Again, I'm a kind of person that I'm always out to help the communities. So if I see, for example, the other day, these poor parents with a child, I think, poor them, their house burnt down to the ground the other night. So they're having a fundraiser at the Boulevard in Chateauguay. It's a spaghetti night. You go in and money that they're raising, and that's one thing about the Boulevard. This sports bar, you can call it a sports bar. They do a lot of stuff for the community of Chateauguay, raising money. So again, I shared that with my Shamrock TV. And I'll do things like that. I might have nothing to do with it, but guess what? Just me reaching out to people could help to whatever audience we're trying to get out there, and that's what I'm about. I'm all about let's help others. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And again, I thank you all for letting me come on this platform.
Thank you for coming.
Yes, we really appreciated your presence here today and your time and energy. And Guy, you can come back with us anytime, anytime. You know, had I known you had a YouTube channel, I would have put the link in the comments. I'm going to go and I'm going to subscribe to your YouTube channel for sure.
There you go.
And you can do the same for me.
Of course.
Guys, you know, you see, there's always great things that if you want to focus on the great stuff, you can. You know, whether it has to do with your lineage or not, jump out there and take part in great, amazing events. If you can pay it forward, please do in this world, because there's too many people that are hurting. Really, be the love. Be the one that is the difference in this world. It doesn't matter what you've lived. You know, the harder the life you've had is the more reason you should be the change in this world, because you know what it feels like first-handedly. I encourage you all to tap into your ancestry and your lineage. Figure out who you are. Step into your power. Take all of the greatness and let it fuel you for change. Andy, is there anything you want to mention before we wrap up this episode?
Well, yes, I have also found out that my grandparents and all my aunts and uncles, they are travelers. They've traveled everywhere. And I've been stuck in one area my whole life. It's time for that to change.
There you go. I just got the chills when you said that. Good. You just breathed it into life. Very proud of you. Very proud.
Thank you.
So, Guy, you know what? I'll let you say goodbye to everybody before we wrap up this episode.
Everybody, listen, I wish you all a day as beautiful as you all. Remember, no negativity, positivity 24/7. It's good for the heart. It's good for everybody. When you, you know, like I say, if I like look at Tobi, I bumped into her one day. Just happened she'd be having a walk in. What happened? We put smiles on both of our faces. The love just came out. We were hugging, and that's what it's all about, people. That's what it's. We got to forget about all the negativity that's going around us in this world. Let's pull up some positivity. Let's put a smile on everybody's face. Today, I wish you all a beautiful day.
Wow, great wrap up. Guys, we love you all. We're grateful for your time, your energy. Guy, we're grateful that you came out to join us here on episode 27. And you know what? You're welcome anytime. And guess what? That same link that you got to join us today, you can join us anytime.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Guys, we love you all.
Looking forward to it.
Have an awesome day out there. Why? Because be the change. Be the love. You know, like you said, put the smiles on your face and others. Why? Because you matter in this world. We love you all. Have a great day. See you next week. Bye.